We are about to start our final game of the second day of pool play. Signal is a little bit intermittent here. Not as good as it was yesterday at the other facility. We are getting ready to start our final match of the day. It's going to be against Manhattan Mamba, 16-1 team. We have played them before in another tournament. And both teams lining up to touch hands and get ready to start this final match of our second day of pool play here at the Show Me National Qualifier in Kansas City. We're actually just waiting for the other team to line up right here so we can touch hands and get started. And there it goes. That will be the start, basically, of our match. Both teams will touch hands and set up. The upper ref and down ref will verify the rosters, and then we'll get to it. I do believe we're serving second, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out here in just a few minutes as they set up their roster on the court. If you're at home, go ahead and cheer us on. The more cheers there are around from all the fans, the better we play. So be loud and proud. OKCharge 16 American, ready to play once again. And we're getting our people out on the court right here. I believe that's our starting lineup, and we will be serving it up first, actually. I don't know what I said earlier, but we're serving it up first. And that's number 10, Lily Wilcox, coming to the line to serve it up for your Charge 16 American team. Uh, there's the whistle from the up ref to get this match started. There's the serve. Manhattan Mamba gets underneath it, bumps it back over to Charge territory. Charge Libero gets it to the center, and the center to the outside. Down the line, fine. Oh, it falls long, just out of bounds. So Manhattan Mamba picks up the first point of this match. Score is now 0-1 as we set up to serve receive, and Mamba has come up to the line to serve it up. There's the serve. Oh, no. It falls shorter than we expected, and Mamba's picking up another point on a serve. We're 0-2 now as we step back up to serve receive. There's the serve. Charge underneath it. Oh, no, once again, unable to get underneath it and get control. Mamba's put another point on the board with the serve. Charge looking to pick up a point right here and regain the serve. Score 0-3. Charge had to put the point on the board in this first set of our last match of the day. There's the serve. Backcourt picks it up this time, gets it to the center. They knock it down, actually. Charge right there, bumping it up to the right side, hits it back over to Mamba's side of the net. Mamba's go for an attack. Charge right there to receive it. Tight hit to the net, but Charge keeps it alive. It goes to the attack, but blocked by the Mambas. Mambas picking up another point right there. We sub out number 2 coming out, and number whoa. Manhattan Mamba starting off a little too quick there. We stopped them. They weren't quite ready. Backdoor. The outside one. Valdez up to the line to serve it up as Charge. Trails by 3. There's the serve. Mamba's underneath it. They bump it back cross court and over into Charge territory. Charge hits it up high. Bumps it over to the outside. The attack finds the floor unobstructed. No Mambas in the area. Charge put the point on the board right there to receive it, pushing it to the backboard. Charge gets it back to the center and back over to the outside. And this time they pick up a point with a kill from number 2 as the Mambas unable to pick it. But the Mambas unable to pick it back up, and get it back in the line. There's the serve. Charge gets it tight to the net, but keeps it alive. They block it at the net, but no, they're not calling. And Charge trailing by 7 now as we step back up the service. But also a substitution, number 6 coming in, number 2 rolling out. And the front driving off the floor, bumping it. Trail by 6 points, scores 4-10. There's the serve, putting it over the net. I picked up an ace on her first serve. That's Bethany Whiting on number 9. She went back. That's number 5 as we trail by only 5 now. There's as we trail by only 4 points now. And that's Bethany Whiting putting that ball into play. The Mamba's right there to set it up this time to their middle. The backcourt pops it up high. We keep it alive. And sets up as Mambas go to hit it back over into our territory. The backcourt did not want to stop. They felt like it could keep going. But after they come back out after the timeout, Charge will be back up at the line to serve it up with number 9, Bethany White Eagle, still there. And that timeout is concluded at number 9. Bethany White Eagle back in the line to serve it up as we only trail by 2. And here's the serve, putting it over into Mamba territory. The Mamba's right there. Sets up to their outside. The attack puts it over to our territory. Charge right there to receive it, though. And tipping it over into Mambas. Mambas getting all around it and keeping it off the floor. Charge gets it to the center when it comes back to our side. We go to the outside. The strong hit back to Mamba territory. But Mamba's able to step back up and go for an attack from their right side. Charge gets it to the center. Center gets it back over to the outside, but the barrel bumps it over into Mamba territory. Mamba once again going for the attack. This time Mamba sent it to the net, and Charge picks up the point. Number 9 kill from the outside with an assist from number 9. Once again, number 9 coming to the line, and we're all tied up 10-10 now in this first set. They came back from a 6-point deficit right there to tie it up, and number 9, Bethany White, go back at the line. Number 10 blocks it down. Scores 12-10. Charge still serving it up. Number 9 with the serve, but unsuccessful. Manhattan Mamba will pick the point off the service error and come back up the line to serve up. Charge still in the lead by 1 point now. Scores 12-11 as we step back up to serve receive. Charge underneath it. Gets to the center and goes to the right side. The attack tooled off the block. Number 10 smacking it so hard that the other team could not keep it inbounds when they blocked it. Getting the set from number 9. And we're going to substitute number 8 going out and in, and number 6 going to step up the line to serve it up. That's Davis Smith putting it into play right there. Charge leads by 1. And Charge trails by 1. One going out. Number 5 comes in the front row as well. And the attack knocks it down. The Mambas keep it up in the air, putting it back over the net. Charge right there. Upset to the outside. The attack puts it long but out of bounds. Charge unable to get underneath it as it bounces off the top of the tape and into Charge territory. I do apologize about the intermittent service. Hopefully it holds steady from now on. But it's coming to the line to serve it up. Also, number 9 subs out. Number 7 comes in the front. And there's the serve, putting it over the net. The Mambas unable to get to it. That's another ace, 2 in a row for Lily Wilcox as we take the lead. Scores now 17-16. Charge the lead by 1 point as number 10 back up the line to serve it up. And there's the serve. Put it what? Out of rotation. And they call Charge out of rotation. I guess that ties us back up 17-7. Up rep talking to the captain right there, just sending messages back to the coach of why it was out of rotation. All right, well, it's still calling it for the Mambas. So the Mambas pick up that point, which ties it up. Score 17-17, all tied up in this first set. Mambas put it over the net, Charge right there to receive it. We set up to the right, or the outside. The attack puts it over the Mamba territory. Mambas once again set up over to the other side. Charge able to get it underneath it, keeping it back in play and bumping it over the net down the line in Mamba territory. Mambas once again set up, going for the attack. This time they find the floor in the backcourt. This Charge unable to get underneath that attack. Scores now 17-18. Charge trails by 1 once again as the Mambas will step back up to the line to serve it up. Again, the score 17-18. Charge trails by 1. Here's the serve by the Mambas. They put it into the net. Charge top that Mamba unable to get its tail on that. Number 8 back up the line to serve it up as we lead by 1. Scores 19-18 as Tail Valdeals up to the line to serve it up. He's a good serve. The Mambas able to get underneath this one though. Hit it cross court. Can we keep it alive? Oh, they call even though she hit it back in bounds, she called it as out. So does it went too far? Oh. Scores now tied up once again, 19-19. It's the Mambas to step back up the line to serve it up and Charge. That's the serve received. There's the serve to the backcourt. Libero to the center. Center to the right side. The attack puts it over cross court to the backcourt. They hit it tight to the net. Little joust, but Charge keeps it alive. Bumps it right there for your Charge team. Scores now 22-19. Charge will lead by 3 points. The points to be once again set up to serve. Number 5, Charlotte Richards. Back up at the line, but the timeout is called before we can serve it. Manhattan Mamba is calling that timeout. Both teams will go to their huddles after the timeout concludes. Oklahoma Charge 16 America will step back up the line to serve it up as we lead by 3 points. Again, this is our last match of the day. We will be back for bracket play tomorrow, so like and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell all your friends. The more fans, the merrier. We do better as more fans are cheering. And back onto the court, number 5, serving it up. That's Charlotte Richards putting it back into play. And the Mamba is right there to receive it and bump it into the net. Unsuccessfully, cannot get it over. Charge puts it on the point on the board. At number 5, will step back up the line to serve it up. Score is 23-19 as we lead by 4 points now, approaching the end of this first set. And there's the serve. Over. Ace. It tips off the top of the net and rolls into Mamba territory. The Snakes slithered around, but they could not pick it back up. Charge number 5 coming back up to the line to serve it up. Again, Charge leads by 5 is number 5. Puts it back into play with the serve to the back corner. Oh, and it fell inbounds. That was a close one. I wasn't sure where it was going. I thought it was going to go out as well. But the Mambas pick up a point off that bump over the net that falls just inside the line in the back corner. Scores 24-20. Charlotte lead by 4 points as we set up for a second match point attempt right here. Oh no! Mamba is picking up a point right there as they find the middle of our floor unattended. Scores now 24-21 as the Mamba step back up the line once again to serve it. There's the serve. Backcourt gets it up to the center. Center to the right side of the attack. Makes it through the block, but the Mamba's right there to keep it alive. Hitting it to our backcourt. Charge right there. Gets it to the center. Dump the center. But it catches the floor. Charge picks up the point with a kill by a dunk by number 10, Lily Wilcox. And that will close out our first set. Again, that closes out our first set. Huh? I know, right? I'm getting worried. And we actually came back from being down at the beginning of that set and came back for the win, though it was very close, neck and neck the entire time. Charge just pulling ahead at the very end to win it by 4. And I do hope that everyone who's watching at home can watch at home. The signal is intermittent and kind of crazy. Some performers, top performers for that first set. Lily Wilcox with 5 assists, 2 kills, 1 ace. Lillian Cummings with 3 kills, and Bethany Whitey with 3 assists and 1 ace. There are more highlights than that. That's just some top performers from this first set. Again, final score of that first set, 25-21. Like and subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, so you never miss any of the volleyball action from the Charge 16 American team. Both teams coming back out on the court, getting ready to start this. The ref will verify the roster once again. I do believe we're going to be serving it up first in the second set. Not 100% sure. We might be serve receiving actually first. So this will be our last set of the game. Both teams coming out on the court prepared. And yes, we will be serve receiving first in this second set as the Mambas will slither up to the line to serve it first. And there's the whistle and puts it back into Mamba's territory. Has been scrambling. But Mamba's able to push it back over to Charge territory. Charge bumps it over to the right side. The attack falls long, though, and out of bounds. Mamba's will pick up a point and come back into the line. Scores 2-3. Charge trails by 1 once again as we set back up to serve receive. And there's a serve by the Mambas. Charge Libero gets to the center to the right side. We tip it over the block. The Mambas able to keep it up, though, and go to the other side, their own right side attack. Charge gets it back over to the opposite side this time, puts it over. Mamba's right there, setting it over to their outside once again. Charging backcourt, keeps it alive, and we tip it over with a roll shot. But Mamba's ain't giving us that easy. Back cross court, but Charge once again getting it back over to the outside and putting it back over to the backcourt of the Mambas. Mamba's hit it over the net, but Charge tips it back quickly. And a block of the net keeps it in Mamba's territory. That's number 7 with the block. That puts another point on your Charge 16 American team. That ties us back up. It's now 3-3. Number 4 will step up to the line, stepping up for number 5 in the back row. And number 1 will come into the front. There's number 4, Addison Mann with the serve, putting it over the net. Mamba's right there to receive it, chipping it over the block. Charge is recovering, putting it back over into Mamba territory. Mamba set up once again from the outside. The attack this time goes into the net, and Charge will take the lead. Scores now 4-3. Charge leading by 1 as number 4, Addison Mann, steps back of the line to serve it up. There's the serve by number 4, putting it over into Mamba territory. Mamba's once again going for a right side attack. The net, we keep it alive and bump it back over to Mamba territory. Mamba's once again pop it up in the air, set up to their middle this time. They tip it over the block, but Charge keeps it alive and goes for a right side attack, but this right side attack falls long, and the Mambas are able to dodge it and let it fly without touching. Scores now 4-4, all tied up in this second set as the Mambas come back up to the line and Charge steps back up to serve receive. You hope you can hear me. If you're watching at home, the Mambas serves it up. And the attack puts it back over to Mamba's territory from the middle. But the Mambas keeping it alive, bump it back over. Our libero gets it to the center to the right side. The attack cross court finds the floor in fair territory. That's number 7, Braylon Smith, with a kill. That puts a point on the board for your Charge team. Now the lead by 1 point. Number 7 is going to sub out. Number 9 is going to come in. That's Anthony Whitey will come into the line to serve it up. Scores 5-4. Charge leading by 1 point. There's the serve by number 9. Push it over. Nice short serve. They knock it out of bounds. That's an 8 on the floor. Yeah. Number 9 back up in the line to serve it up. After picking up an ace on her last serve. The Mambas get underneath this one, though. Get it back over to our territory. Our libero gets it to the center to the outside. The attack hits the antenna, though, and the Mambas put a point on the board. Scores now 6-5. Charge still in the lead by 1 point as the Mambas will step back up to the line to serve it up. There's the serve by the Mambas. Charge underneath it. Keeping it up in the air. Can they get it over the map for number 3 coming into the front row while number 2, Lillian Cummings, comes up to the line to serve it up. Charge is in the lead by 1 point in this second set. There's the serve. The Mamba's underneath it. Good Lord. And number 1 back up at the line. There's the serve. Putting it over into Mamba territory. Mamba's once again set up. We get it back over the net. Charge unable to get it over and call for the double as the tip did not make it all the way over the net. Scores 9-8. Charge still a lead by 1 and once again set up the serve receive. And we're all set up to serve receive as we trail by 1. Mamba is putting it into play. And into the net, actually, is where the Mambas put it. Charge picks up a point off the service there and will step back up the line to serve it up themselves. The substitution, number 9 going out, number 7 coming in, and number 10 stepping up the line to serve it up. That's Lily Wilcox serving it up for your Charge 16 American team. By the way, number 1 subs out in the back with the libero, number 4 coming in as well. Lily Wilcox putting the serve up. Nice serve. The Mamba is able to get it underneath it, though. Get it back into Charge territory. Our libero gets it to the center to the outside. The attack by number 3, Maddie Factor, puts a point on the board right there with an assist from number 10. Scores now 11-8. Charge once again leading now by 3 as Lily Wilcox steps back up to the line to serve it up. And there's the serve, putting it over into Mamba territory. Mambas bump it up and bump it over the net. Charge able to get it back to the center quickly and set to the middle. The attack, Mamba picking up the point with a kill from number 5, Charlie Richards, with an assist from number 10. Scores 12-8 now. Charge leading by 4 as once again, number 10 will step up the line to serve it up for your Charge 16 American team. Timeout, actually, before we get that serve. Timeout by the Mambas. Both teams to their huddles. After the timeout concludes, Charge will be back up the line to serve it up as we lead by 4 points, and number 10 will be serving. Number 10 putting it over the net. Mamba's on it. Are they able to get it back into play? They are. Charge able to get back underneath it, though. Sets it up to the middle of the attack. Hits it back to Mamba territory. Mamba sets up once again. Hits it. The Charge gets underneath it. Gets it back over the net. Once again, Mamba's trying to go for the attack from the outside. This time they pick up the point as the attack goes off the hands of Charge and out of bounds. Scores now 12-9. Charge still in the lead by 3 as we once again set up to serve receive. There's the serve by the Mamba as Charge gets underneath it. Gets to the center and goes to the outside. The attack finds the 4 quickly. That's number 3, Maddie Factor with the kill. That puts another point on our board. Score is now 13-9. We'll come back up to the line to serve it up. Number 3, Maddie Factor subbing out. Number 8, Kale Valdios subbing in and coming up to the line. Also in the front row, number 6 going out. And number 2 subbing in her place. Number 8 putting the serve into play. And the Mamba's able to get underneath it. Bump it up cross court and bump it back over to Charge territory. Charge bumps it to the center and pushes it over to the outside. The attack strong and makes it through the block and falls into Mamba territory. Number 2, Lillian Cummins with that kill that put the point on the board. Scores now 14-9. Charge leads by 5 as number 8 comes back up to the line to serve it up. There's the serve over into Mamba territory. The Mamba set it over quickly with a dunk. Charge right there to receive it, going out to the right side. They put it over the net. Do the Mambas save it? They do not, and Charge picks up a point as the Mambas hit it into the net. Scores now 15-9. There's a timeout called by the Mambas. Both teams going into their huddles. After the timeout concludes, Charge will come back up the line to serve it up. And it'll be number 8, Kale Valdios, serving it up still for your Charge team. And here we go. Both teams coming back out on the court. Charge setting up the serve as number 8 up at the line. Scores 15-9. Charge leading by 6 points. There's the serve. Puts it over the net. The Mambas push it up high and go for the attack from the right side, but their attack unsuccessful, hitting the net and falling into Mamba territory. Scores now 16-9. Charge leads by 7 as number 8 back up the line to serve it once again. That's Kale Valdios putting it into play. There we go. The Mambas bump it back over to Charge territory. Charge sets up, gets it to the center. It goes to the middle of the attack. Ooh, falls in bounds as it goes off the block. Charge unable to keep it in bounds right there, I suppose, as the Mambas pick up the point. Scores now 16-10. Charge sets up the serve receive as we lead by 6 points, and the Mambas prepare to serve it. There's the serve. Olivero to the center. Center to the outside. The attack blocked back to Charge territory. Charge pushes it back over to the backcourt of the Mambas. Mambas go for a right side attack that time, but it hits the antenna. It hits the antenna. I guess it didn't hit the antenna, and the Mambas will pick up a point to the score. Score is now 16-11. Charge still in the lead by 5, as once again we set back up to serve receive. Libero picking up that serve, getting it to a quick center dump right there. The Mambas go for an outside hit. Charge trying to keep it alive, but unsuccessful. The Mambas put another point on the board. Score 16-12. Charge still in the lead by 4 as he once again set back up to serve receive. Here's the serve by the Mambas. Charge underneath it. Oh, unable to dig it back up and keep it off the net. Mambas put him in the point on the board. Charge just leading by 3 now as we set back up the serve receive. Hoping to pick up a point and maintain our lead. Number 7 subbing out and number 9 subbing in the front row. And the Mamba's putting it back into play. Libero right there underneath it. Sets it over to the right side to tip over the net. Puts it back into Mamba's territory. Mambas go for their own attack, pushing it back into Charge territory. Charge goes to the outside. The outside attack down the line finds the floor in fair territory. That's a kill by number 2, Lillian Cummings, putting a point on the board with a bump set, actually, from the libero. The libero is actually coming to the line to serve it up. That's Addison Mann serving it up next for your Charge team. But number 1 comes in the front row. The Mambas get underneath it as it comes to this side of the court. Woo. And that just barely missed the camera. Probably a jump scare for everyone at home. Score is now, and Mamba's picking up that point actually. So the score is now 17 to 15. It says 15 over there. I guess that's what it is. Another one right there. That was crazy. That one was out though. And Charge picks up the point on the service error by the number 9 serving it up. There's the serve. Excellent serve. The Mambas get underneath it. Go for their own attack to the backboard. Charge bumps it up high, gets to the center, goes to the outside. The attack blocked at the net and falls back into Charge territory. Nice setup, nice attack, and just a good block by the Mamba. Score is now 18 to 16. Charge still in the lead by 2 as he once again set back up to serve receive. And that one went long and out of bounds. Scared me. I thought it was going to hit my camera. That's like the third one in a row. Scores now 19 to 16. Charge leading by 3 as number 2 comes up to the line. And number 8 subs out. Number 3 comes in the front row. Number 2, Lillian Cummings, serving it up for your Charge, Steve. Mambas get underneath it. Go for the attack to the back row. Charge digs it up, keeps it alive, and bumps it over into Mamba territory. Mambas get underneath it, set it over to their outside attacker, who finds the seam of the block and the floor. Scores now 19 to 17. Charge still in the lead by 2 as number 2 subs out, and number 6 comes in for your Charge team. Mamba step back up to serve as we set to serve receive. Charge still in the lead by 2 as they put it over the net. Charge gets to the center, sets it to the outside. The attack puts it into Mamba territory. They struggle a little bit to keep it alive and put it back over to the backboard of Charge. Charge quickly gets it to the center to the backboard once again for the attack. Mambas keep it off the floor, though, and keep it in fair territory. Charge digs it up, gets it back over the net. Mambas once again trying to keep it into our territory, but we keep it alive and go for another attack from the outside. Mambas once again bumping it over in the backcourt gets to the center to the outside with the attack. This time the attack unsuccessful, and the Mambas put a point on the board. Now Charge lead diminishes to only 1 point, scores 19 to 18 as the Mambas step back to the line to serve it up. There's a serve from the Mambas, backcourt libero puts it over, or puts it back up in the air. We knock it back over to Mamba territory. They hit it close down to the net. Number 1 jumps up with the kill and knocks it back down. Charge will pick up a point right there and come back up to the line. In fact, number 1, Sam Chaffin, will pick up that point after, or come back up to the line to serve it up after picking up a point in the last round. Scores 20 to 18 as number 1 puts it back into play. The Mamba's struggling a little bit, but can they get it back over? Yes, they do. Charge pops it up in the air. Center goes to the outside. The attack puts it back in the Mamba territory. Mamba's able to keep it off the floor, put it back, but their hit back over the net goes way wide and falls out of bounds. Charge to put another point on the board to come back up the line as we approach the end of this second set. Score is 21 to 18. Charge does lead by 3 as number 1, Sam Chaffin, steps back up the line to serve it up. Here's the serve by Sam Chaffin. Once again, they get it back over the net. Charge bumps it up with a nice recovery back over into theirs with 1 touch. Mambas go for an attack to the backcourt. We bump it back up. This time it gets tied to the net, and the Mambas jump up and strike it down. Score is now 21 to 19. Charge still in the lead by 2 as we once again set back up to serve receive. Also, number 4 subs out in the front row, and number 5 comes in her place. And there's the serve by the Mambas. Charge gets underneath it, sets it to the right side, tips over the block, but the Mambas right there to receive it. Mambas going for an attack. Charge pops it high in the air to the center. Center goes to the back middle and goes for the attack. Mambas able to keep it alive, but hit it too close to the net. And number 5, Charlotte Richards, with the kill, knocking it down and finding the floor in Mamba territory. The substitution on the floor. Number 9 going out. Number 7 coming in the front row is number 10. Lily Wilcox steps up to the line to serve it up. And there's the serve, putting it back into play. Mamba's right there to receive, bumping it wide and then trying to hit it over, but that went behind the antenna. But whatever. I guess we're going to keep it going. And they block it out. Charge still picks up the point with the kill from who hit that? Number 7 was Braylon Smith with the kill. Scores now 23-19. Charge steps back up to the line to serve it up and we put it back over the net. Mamba's right there to the receive. They hit it too tight to the net. We knock it down. Can they get it back into play? They cannot. Charge picks up the point. Scores now 24-19. Charge. The first match point attempt in this second set. Number 10 back up to the line to serve it up. Charge did win the first set. This match point attempt right here. If we get it, we will win the match. Needing just one more. Number 10 puts it back into play with the serve. The Mambas get it back over to the backcourt of Charge. Charge bumps it over to the outside. The outside hitter with a strong hit puts it over, but they get it back over in one touch. Charge gets to the center. Now the middle attacker. This time it touches their hand. Charge picks up the point as a kill from number 5, Charlotte Richens, will close out that second set and the match. Again, final score of the second set, what was it? 25-19. Excellent show of athleticism by both teams, but Charge coming out on top. Again, thank you for watching. We did an excellent job keeping that one alive. We thank all of our fans at home and everywhere. Like and subscribe. Again, have a wonderful day. And tune in next time. Tomorrow we will be on bracket.